2021. Thank you all so much for coming. What the fuck it is that you actually sell. And it's all right, because all of us go onto social media as ourselves. Then we have to learn how to convert that into a business profile. And it's confusing. I get it, right? That's why I created the Social Club, to teach you how to do this. But we often get caught up in, it's obvious to us, it's not always obvious to other people. Situation number 1. Now, this involves my little darling Carlo. I wanted to book something for him, and I went onto the Instagram account of this business, and there was nothing about how to book, but I assumed I'll click the link in their bio. Now, the link in... Hi! Sorry. Everyone, this is Alana. Now, the link in their bio, it was a service, right? The link in their bio went to their media features, which I do appreciate, but I was already interested. Like, you've already got me to click that link. I don't now need to see a repeat of your media features that are already on your Instagram anyway, that I was able to see when I was scrolling through.
I'm standing there doing this workshop thinking, I really fucking love this. Sorry for swearing.
Have we met?
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Get out!
I mean, I read the room. I thought it'd be all right.
Is it all right, everyone?
It's all right.
Okay, you may continue. She's like, fuck!
It's going to get worse from here.
It's getting worse.
So... Yeah, so she's talking about this business that she created, and, you know, that she didn't necessarily have any, you know, traditional floral training. And I was really loving this creation that I was making, which looking back on probably also sucked. You know, the first time you do anything, it's not great.
You're first learning. Instagram post?
Yeah, I think I've deleted that since, if I'm honest.
I haven't, just for funsies. Yeah, that's your challenge. Oh, my God.
So I sat there thinking, I think something just clicked in my brain that kind of went, if she can do that, maybe I can do that too. And I really loved it. And Chatsworth Deli in Mount Lawley became like my little hangout. I would go and get flowers and play and just kind of work out different arrangements and, you know, combine different styles. And then I started making things for friends and family. And on my 30th birthday, I made myself a flower crown.
How people buy from people. It's really given me a chance to show myself who I am, you know, and what I can offer and the problems that I can solve. And I've spent a lot more time now being consistent, connecting, engaging, which I honestly didn't do before. I was very much like, I have to post, so I'll just post and then I'll just run away.
Post and ghost.
Post and ghost.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Or I'd just like, you know, not post for a while and then suddenly I'd open the door and go, hello, and then I close the door and hide again.
Run away.
You know? Yeah, whereas now I've got that consistency, I'm engaging, I'm posting, and I feel like that's really made a huge difference, and I'm starting to make a lot of sales via Instagram.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I'm noticing a repeat here in theme.
Yeah.
Is anybody else? I hope so. So consistency, it's really not that hard.
I've got guests that come in and, you know, their partner's just left them, or they're admitting to having an affair, or they're going to break up with their boyfriend.
I wasn't any of these, by the way.
And, you know, I've even had one guest that her story will always stay with me, where, to cut a very long story short, she was very regular. Super lovely, super outspoken, came in for a blow dry once or twice a week, living the dream.
Goals.
And then she met her partner, and I started to notice a bit of a change in her. Like, she wasn't as outspoken, she wasn't as like bubbly, she wasn't as vivacious, but it wasn't my place to be like, what's wrong with you? You're bringing down the vibe.
Can you take your shit attitude elsewhere?
Sorry, I'm fully booked.
Forever.
But I sat with her, I just did her blow dry, she thanked me, and there was a period where, so this is when she started seeing her new partner, there's a period when I didn't see her for a good 2 to 3 months. Prior to not seeing her, she actually one day sat down in my chair and she just absolutely exploded into tears, and I was just like, emotion, like, what do I do?
You're okay.
Help. And she admitted to me that her partner she was a victim of domestic abuse. And I was like 18, 19 at the time. I had no fucking idea what to do. But the fact that she sat there and she felt comfortable enough to talk to me was really powerful, although I didn't see her for another 2-3 months. And I started to really worry because obviously that was like something really heavy to hear. And then she came in super randomly. She literally booked in on the day, and I was like, oh my God, like, how are you? Like, obviously last time we spoke, it was pretty, like, you said some pretty heavy things, rah, rah, rah. And she's like, we obviously spoke about it a little bit more in detail, and she said, she got up and she started crying again. I was like, oh, fuck. Don't do well with emotion.
That if you take a break, your business won't disappear.
It won't die.
It won't die, no.
I have a very good team, so I have complete faith in them to keep the show running while I'm birthing a human.
Yeah, they will. You'll be sweet. And then you'll have like heaps of cheerleaders being like, push. Yeah. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about COVID.
Yeah.
Because you are a business that was very heavily impacted by it. So talk us through how that worked with the lockdowns and the implication that had, not just on your business, but also on your staff and your team, because you're responsible for all of their lives.
Yeah. So that was a fun time. Wow. So a fun fact, so within the space of a week, I had to postpone my wedding and shut down both of my studios. So I was meant to get married on the 28th of March, so 10 days before, had to postpone that. Then like 5 days later or something, they made that announcement of like, 12 p.m. tomorrow, all gyms closed. And you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Wow. So that was stressful. I wasn't ever worried about myself necessarily. I was fortunate, like my now husband, we got to have a wedding, yay! He works in the mining industry, so he was fine. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I don't have to like stress about myself like I'll be okay. But my clients, like, how am I going to support them? My team, how am I going to try and support them? So that was like what was running through my mind.
I actually started the business thinking it'll be more of a hobby, not something that would be what it is now, and have staff and have it like a bricks and mortar building, which has like been super exciting. So I basically ran that business side by side as a mining and superintendent for nearly 2 years when I started. So people like you know that, but nobody else did.
Kelly was FIFO, which is hard.
Yeah, super hard, as you know. So I was flying in and out, and then I became a regional at the time as well. So I was flying to lots of different sites. I would come back, I would have meetings with clients at night. I was working virtually every weekend. It was insane. And then there was a point where my brother got really sick, and he had cancer, and he was only, what was he at the time, 35. And he said to me when he was sort of coming out of it and he was able to talk again, he goes, I really don't know why you're doing 2 jobs. Like, I think what you're doing is a thing. And I was like, yeah. And it was like my younger brother saying this to me. And you know what? At that point, I walked into my mining boss and I said, you know what? I'm out. And this is nothing against you guys. You're like my family. I love you. But, I need to do this business for me.